BandUpTevo here, and we back with another episode, and we're gonna be looking at the kid. I mean, it's this video. It popped up after when I finished my last video. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna look at this one too. This one seems interesting. Strong ass kids being grown as adults. Get that kid tested. He on steroids, but nah. Some kids just naturally strong like that. But anyways, we gonna get into the video. Run the likes up, comment whatever videos that you want me to look at, and share the video so I can help so I get this channel, you know, to grow real quick. I'm trying to get my first 1,000 subscribers real soon, so I can be monetized. I can start doing way more, you know, better, just better everything. I'm just trying to do better. That's all. But we don't get to the video. We gonna like the video because we on this channel we like to show by example, you know.
These are the strongest kids in the world.
Damn.
From insane feats of strength to sharpshooting skills and so much more. No joke, not even full-grown adults would dare mess with them. Starting with what has to be the youngest and most lethal kung fu master on the planet.
Let's aim.
Bet you weren't
That's the
expecting
airbender.
that. At just 10 years old, this child-sized champion is already on the road to become a full-fledged Shaolin warrior. Aiki arrived at the Shaolin Temple at the age of 4, and over the past 6 years, he's been specializing in a type of kung fu known as Tong Zhegang, a phrase that literally translates to kung fu mastered during childhood. Every morning, rain or shine, Aiki undergoes a grueling training regimen in order to hone his already deadly skills.
What is you training for?
With flexibility training, twisting his body into shapes that make my back just hurt watching them. Then it's on to the intense drills that look way too hard for a kid his size. But at the core of Aiki's training, this mini martial artist conditions his iron head, incorporating a skull of steel into acrobatic routines of flips and...
But no, what did he grow up and he being like MMA and all that stuff? He like vicious and shit. Cause he 10 years old doing this shit. If he could actually train in the MMA, learn some mixed martial arts and all that stuff, he'd be vicious. I believe so.
Headstands. And while Aiki might be fine-tuned,
he like a Tekken character.
To prove there's no substitute for raw strength. When these brothers roll up to the playground, the other kids run screaming. Meet Giuliano and Claudio Stroe, who back in 2012 were just 4 and 6 years old, and already on a stricter training regime than most high-level athletes. From hardcore weight training to every type of push-up you can imagine, these kids swapped the PlayStation for some serious gains. The brothers quickly became the most shredded kids on the planet.
How old is they? Like 6,
90-degree push-ups, breaking human flags, and intense calisthenic routines.
And then you can do that.
Sweat. Now 16 and 18, the brothers look like they haven't lost any of that brutal powering strength they showed off in their younger years. These brothers can mess you up from up close and personal, but this tiny tactician can take you out before you can say Second Amendment. Her name is Autumn Fry. Not long after learning...
I don't know what, you just look funny. It's just the two gap. Yeah, I can't talk because I got a gap too, but it just looked funny because, I don't know, it reminded me of a South Park character.
Her name is Autumn Fry. Not long after learning to walk, she learned how to fire her first gun. Now at 10 years old, she's not only expanded her arsenal and skills behind the trigger, she's also built a YouTube channel with more than 240,000 subscribers.
Nice.
There, she regularly shares clips of her firing off weapons that are sometimes even bigger than she is.
Nice.
From fully automatic rifles to shotguns,
she's straight for life.
Even
she got nothing to worry about.
Guns. She can not only handle the
her life is
like
guns,
but she's got absolute perfect aim.
Don't you mess with her. Don't you cheat on her.
This pistol packing preteen is making me think that taking candy off a baby ain't so easy.
She's a two-faced.
Just like Autumn,
maybe because her fingers too small.
Really knows how to defend himself against bullies.
Bruce Lee Jr. Oh, I remember him seeing on him on
might
Instagram.
No longer be in training today, but years ago as a child, he was a terrifying powerhouse of karate skill and strength. Often nicknamed the reincarnation of Bruce Lee, this mini martial artist had an uncanny resemblance to the late star.
Bruce Lee
was able
Jr.
to perfectly imitate famous routines from Enter the Dragon. His terrifying skills with nunchucks were the result of years of intense training, starting off at a very young age. How intense, you ask? Well, how many kids do you know that can do the splits,
how old is he though,
and finger push-ups all before their 10th birthday? The result is a kid so skilled that even his father struggles to spar with him. Speaking of family training sessions, this next kid is making sure to make his father proud.
Damn.
Maximus might not look that all intimidating, but this 11-year-old has some hidden strength that probably runs in the family. When your dad is Eddie Hall, a former strongman and world record holder for the heaviest deadlift ever completed, you've got a lot to live up to.
Hell yeah.
Fortunately, genetics were kind to Max, and he's already started shattering records of his own. Most days you'll find him in the gym smashing reps with his dad and working on that deadlift PB. At last count, Max was deadlifting 100 kg, which for perspective is more than the weight of an average adult. And while he'll definitely out-bench you, out-leg press you, and shoulder press you, this next kid will knock you straight out. Nawad Yusufi's family moved from Afghanistan to Indonesia when he was just a toddler. And by the age of 5, he was training Muay Thai and boxing with his father every single day.
Nice. That's what I wish I would have did at a very young age when I was a kid. Boxing. I just started boxing. It's like at a young age, it's like 18. At night, cause at 19, I tried boxing. It's like I had the time, but I didn't have the money. And then later on, and like a couple years later, I tried out for like a week or two. I had the money, but I ain't had the time. But now, since I'm in my 30s now I got both the time. Now I just want to do that as a hobby, not to go pro. But even if I do it for a little bit of money, but it is what it is. It's not like I'm gonna be like the best of the best. Like I'm not in my primes no more, but I can't count myself out though. So, but yeah, I wish I would have gotten to boxing, and then later on Muay Thai. I tried Muay Thai too. Same issue. I had the time, but didn't have the money. So I really like that stuff.
It wasn't long before his dad noticed that Nawad had exceptional talent. Everything from his lightning-fast speed and reflexes to an incredible understanding of combat logic. When clips of this insane sparring speed hit the internet, people were convinced someone had sped the footage up. But the truth was, this kid is really that fast. And not just fast, sped the footage up. But the truth was, this kid is really that fast. And not just someone had sped the footage up. But the truth was, this kid is really that fast. And not just fast. Those strikes pack a serious punch. Speaking of hard hits, there's not much you can do when this 9-year-old comes charging at you.
Damn! That's The Rock.
Is a literal tank. There's no other way to describe him.
Nah, bruh.
Nila Fitio is a literal tank. There's no other way to describe him.
He having his way with them kids.
Just at 9 years old,
he should play rugby.
This youngster is more than twice the size of other kids his age, making rugby games no more than a walk.
It is rugby. Damn.
He treats
my goodness
like speed bumps, effortlessly fending off other kids like they were annoying toddlers. I'm sure their whole team tactic is just to give them the ball and let them do the rest. While some other kids' parents have asked for weight divisions to be included into kids' rugby, Nila Fitio ignores the drama, setting his sights on going pro. But what if you weren't blessed
Tell your kid get his weight up.
Genetics and had to work hard for your body? Back in the early 2000s, at just 8 years old, Richard Sandrak had a choice between some of the coolest nicknames on the planet. There was the strongest kid alive and Little Hercules, both of which make total sense looking at videos of the jacked juvenile. His rippling muscles and chiseled abs were the result of an intense...
It just don't look right. For a kid that had muscles, it don't look right. Like them kids be on steroids.
Training regimes set up by his father, and the attention he received launched an entire career for the young bodybuilder. He knew kickboxing, could stretch like a gymnast, and was starting to look like a miniature version of his hero, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Like the former Mr. Universe, Richard also got to star in his very own action movie, Little Hercules, when he was 15 years old. Speaking of kids that are built different, they call him Teen Hulk. And when you see 14-year-old Tyler Parker at full speed,
like about 6
it's not hard to understand why. With sheer size and a surprising amount of agility, Tyler dominates in his high school football matches, despite being 3 years younger than the rest of the team. No one can seem to block or stop this mountain of a teenager, especially at short range, with Tyler being this unique hybrid of explosive power and unnatural strength. But I wonder what Tyler was like as a child. Now, there isn't much in the way of proof, and this is just a rumor, but legend has it that this is Tyler back in the day, still decimating football oppositions like they were nothing.
Get out of my way. Move. Don't you, yeah, there you go.
Maybe if he'd come up against this kid. This is Matthew Velez, aka Bam Bam, and he's been dominating wrestling competitions with a mix of speed, agility, and an insane understanding of jiu-jitsu. Wrestling since he was 4 years old,
got good ground game.
Was identified early as a rising star in the sport, taking out countless trophies and humiliating his opponents with ease. With multiple championships under his literal black belt, there's no one in Matthew's age division that comes even close to being able to take him down. From a wrestling pro to a freak of nature,
he know how to get out of stuff.
Is definitely something else. You often hear the term gifted child being thrown around a lot, but there really isn't another way to describe Aras Hosseini. At just 1 year old, yes, you're hearing that right, Arat was swinging on gymnast beams and flipping on Olympic rings. 1 year later, the tiny toddler was doing backflips, and by age 3, Arat could do one-arm push-ups. Growing up, he demonstrated crazy core strength, an impressive level of flexibility,
so he was just born to do that.
Spider-Man-esque climbing skills.
I used to do that when I was a kid. I used to be in an apartment, used to do Spider-Man moves and stuff. Used to climb up to the top. I used to do that shit.
There was virtually nothing this kid couldn't do.
Cause I don't know, it's easier because of course we kids. It's like we smaller, and it's like I don't know, we got grip. Cause I don't know, our hands are soft, and then it just got that grip.
Better than everyone around him, but his real talent emerged when the youngster discovered football. If these clips are anything to go off, we have another superstar in the making. This kid is en route to be one of the deadliest fighters in the world. And he's just a kid. Beginning his training at the tender age of just 4, Ramadan joined the Shogun boxing gym in his hometown of Beirut with his older brother. Very early on, Ramadan demonstrated hints of his pure speed and striking power in pad work and sparring sessions. At age 11, Ramadan was a sparring pro, almost impossible to hit. By 14, the boy wonder had developed a machine gun sidekick that would hurt anyone on the receiving end. Now 17, Ramadan's years of training has transformed him into a rippling killing machine, whether he's destroying opponents in the ring or punching machines alike. This is one kid I definitely don't want to mess with. Speaking of kids that can knock me unconscious, this 11-year-old packs a serious punch. Meet Prince Larby, aka The Buzz, Ghana's latest and youngest boxing.
I know when I have a son, he's getting into boxing. I don't care. He getting into boxing, he getting into sports. He getting into anything that he might deem as good, because I already know he gonna be having my traits. He's gonna be strong. He's gonna be fast. He probably gonna be short, but hey, it is what it is. I already know them traits. Those traits, it's gonna take him far, and he's gonna be in track practice.
Sensation. Training from a very young age against adults twice his size, Prince always managed to hold his own, demonstrating a scary amount of speed, professional footwork, and boxing agility. While his Jamestown postcode isn't known for its boxing prowess, this young fighter is determined to change all that, not letting his poor upbringing affect his drive to be the best. He seems to be at home inside the boxing ring, always focused and trying to improve his boxing technique. Driven by a passion for the sport, Prince is determined to be the first ever world champion boxer from Ghana. And judging by his progress, he might just get there. And if you've ever wondered just how the elite special forces came to be the best in their field, it's not expensive gear or the latest anti-terror technology. The trick is starting training really young. Okay, maybe not that young, but there's always that one exception. From someone who can't even do a single push-up, I don't like my chances against any of these Wonder Kids. If you think you'd
sorry, but that's the end of the video right there. Cool video. I like that one. Interesting kids, man. Kids that you don't even want to deal with. They give you run for your money. But if you made it to the end of the video, I appreciate it. Run the lights up. Subscribe if you're new. Tell your friends about the channel, because I'm trying to get the channel to grow to at least 1,000 subscribers real soon, so I can really stop pushing out content. I really want to do this. I really want to do this full time. So, excuse me. But I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.